We are here.
Yes.
What's up?
What's up, ladies? What's up? Oh, do the hey. I do the bank here. I do the okay. Yeah. And that was just that on that. Mm-hmm. And you're listening to Lipstick and Lies. It's 9 o'clock. I'm your girl Yola Hollywood. Don't nothing move until the money moves.
You better tell them.
I'm sitting next to LA. Hey, I'm from here, but y'all know I might as well be like I'm a transplant. Yeah. So some good things. So some good things has happened. Like so. First of all, let me just say y'all. This podcast started in 2014. Like it's 2021. That's a long time. Now the consistency it has been like we stepped it up. Yeah. Okay, and I'm not saying nothing bad against those people that I started out with, but we've stepped it up. Look, today. Well, let me back to the Apple Podcast. Y'all know y'all got your iPhone. Listen, we was already on Google Play. I'm cool with Google Play, but I got an iPhone. Look, you go to podcast on your phone and you tap in Lipstick with a K, not a CK, and Lies. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? There we go. Look, all our episodes. I am so excited about that.
And for all of you non-iPhone users,
we're on Google Play.
We are on Google Play, and it's been up.
And it's been up
and stuck.
It's been up and stuck. However,
yes.
Okay, whatever. And then, so you know how we've been going back and forth with these microphones and these earphones. Listen,
we've been had them.
We've been had them, but we don't know what to do because we
didn't put no effort. But today, though.
I
said.
Well.
I want happy.
Well. And we put that thing together. So
like 2 plus 2 5 minutes.
4. Listen. Y'all can't stop us. We unstoppable. So when you look in the dictionary and you look up the word unstoppable, you going to see LA and Yola. Period. And this is what's going to happen tonight. So tonight we have a great show. But I do have some housekeeping, not necessarily housekeeping, just some recaps from things that we've discussed on previous weeks. Because
last week was amazing.
Last week was amazing. The abortion thing is still big. People still talking to me about it. Talked about it again today. Texas is definitely like, don't move there. So like that's that. But then your boy R. Kelly trying to get a plea bargain with the prosecutor by snitching on other pedophiles in the industry.
I know what they say.
Hey, but listen, if y'all just know, we already talked about sex trafficking girls. We talked about that early on. If you ain't listened to that, go to Lipstick and Lies, the podcast, and listen to it. We've already talked about that. All the things that we talk about real life shit.
There you go.
And now here go R. Kelly trying to cop a plea. So this is what happened to my uncle. A man molested a little girl. So the police said, we want the drug dealer versus the child predator. Mm-hmm. So they let the child predator out and arrested to set up my uncle, and that they did. And I don't see how you want to lock up somebody for selling drugs to other adults. Mm-hmm. But that happened, and the child predator was set free. And listen, watch your kids because the police ain't.
Thanks.
They don't care. But anyway, so what else? What you got going on?
Girl.
Spill it, girl. Spill it.
I ain't got nothing going on. Let me think.
I mean, some big Shiba Inu.
Yes.
In here.
Shiba Inu.
We told y'all about that.
Shiba.
You heard it here first before it
Also, if you are not aware, Coinbase is about to have an NFT platform. So I already sent out the link. I'll put it here too. He needs to go on and get on that wait list.
John, today.
Hey, John. I'm sorry I forgot to call you back.
John, we ain't gonna do it, John.
John, come on. Come
John,
through, John.
Listen, but you gotta tell them what NFT mean, because maybe some of them first time listeners, they don't know what NFT.
That's not this type of show.
That's not this. Oh, okay.
But not this.
So tune in to her.
I need you guys to go to YouTube and actually follow. It is Stunna Breezy. STUNNA BREEZY.
Put it in the comments.
Yes, I will.
She gonna put it in the comments. He
gonna give you all the sauce.
Yes. Sound feeling like Rihanna.
Yes.
You know I got the sauce. I'm saucy. Do y'all like my shirt? Let me know. They are available. $59.95.
Girl, we is not on the $25.
$25. Because guess what? Don't not move to the money move. So it is a movement, honey. For all my ladies that like their queens. So be sure to get yours. Because I got mine. But today we are going to talk about karma.
Karma? What is karma? So,
what is karma? What's the Wikipedia definition of karma?
Destiny, or I don't do Wikipedia.
Okay, well, whoever you want to use, whatever your source.
Wikipedia is not a reliable source.
You
couldn't get credit for Wikipedia stuff in college.
Don't do that.
Probably in high school either.
Don't do it.
You cannot.
Okay.
So, formally, in the formal sense, it is Hinduism and Buddhism. Okay, the sum of a person's actions in this and previous states of existence, viewed as deciding their fate in future existences. The informal, destiny or fate, following as effect from cause. In other words, whatever you put out there is gonna come right back to you.
Okay. So for all of my Christian believers, right, who say we don't believe in karma because we believe in grace. The Bible also says you reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow.
Karma is essentially saying the same thing. You reap what you sow, right? So whatever bad you put out, whatever good you put out, you're going to get that back.
Yes.
So that's what karma is. But a lot of times people say, oh, the karma doesn't, it just because it don't happen to you, it ain't gonna happen. It can happen to your kids.
Exactly. And two, we're not even just gonna focus on bad karma, because you have bad karma, you have good karma as well, right? But we all know karma. When we hear karma, we think of something bad, right? You know, right. So it's like, okay, oh man, I don't want that karma. It's always something negative, but it does not have to be negative. You know, if you sow into people, you do good by people, then good things will happen to
always,
you. Right? So yeah. So
why are you looking at me like that?
You ever had any karma moments?
All the time.
I do too, but I be like, I know it's a karma moment, but I'm like, but what did I do?
What
happened? What did I do?
Right.
But who did I do it to?
Even with good things.
I mean, definitely good
but
things.
Mostly bad things.
I'm asking about a bad thing right now.
A bad thing. Yeah. Yeah. And it come quick. So
sometimes I do, sometimes
so I feel like if you know better, your chances of it coming right back at you, like it will come. Because there was this time where I found this wallet, right? I found it. I didn't steal it.
Right.
But I did not ask anybody, hey, did you lose your wallet? I didn't survey the room or the surrounding areas. I just picked up the wallet. Not a pickpocketer. I just picked up the wallet.
Yeah.
I'm a wallet picker-upper off the ground. And so it was some money in there.
Yeah.
It was a gift card in there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't no ID, so it did not have a name. Right?
Nothing in the wallet.
Nothing in the wallet had a name. So this is why I'm thinking, okay, well maybe it was the
they
universe.
Have a library card.
Nothing. It was a TJ Maxx card in a wallet. Now it was like $280.
That was somebody old.
It was $280. So I'm feeling like the universe was giving me the $280. But then when I had not one but 2 flat tires that cost more than $280, I'm like, shit, here it go. So I found some money again at a Macy's. Now I gotta turn it in. Now I don't know what Macy's did with the money after that, but guess who wasn't gonna keep that money? I wasn't, because it already had cost me more than $280 before. So I learned a valuable lesson then.
Well, I learned it. Well, I don't know if it was from karma, but it had to be from karma. Like, okay, so I don't like to keep cash.
Okay.
I hate keeping cash.
Okay.
Right. And so I was a vendor at an event, right? Made a nice little stack, right?
Okay.
So I had the money and I said, okay, so then I'm gonna go take it to the bank. So I rolled it all up, rushing out the door. This is when I was working. Rushing out the door, put it in my pocket. And by the time I got to work, I wasn't even, I was at work. But by the time I decided, well, let me go ahead and walk, and I was downtown, let me go across the street or whatever, go to the bank. Went in my pocket and went for $7 in it.
What happened, girl?
It was $7. It was $7. $7 in my pocket.
Girl.
I was like, hold on. I know how much. I know I had hundreds of dollars in my pocket, but
it turned into $7.
It turned into $7.
It evaporated.
So somebody got blessed.
Somebody got blessed.
I don't know if it had to be somewhere between me leaving here.
But there is no loss in the universe.
Hey,
so you got that back. You got that money back times 2, because there's no loss in the universe. Unless. But
I'm sure there was some times. This is how I look at it, right? Have you ever been driving, riding, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And you see homeless people on the side of the road or whoever, you see somebody that needs some help, right? Like I said, I don't like to carry cash. And it has been a couple of times where I was disobedient, and when I was told you need to give that person some money, right? And so when I went back to give that money, the person wasn't there. It
so you missed it.
I missed it more than once. More than once.
But if it's on you to give, you have to give.
I know. And I was okay, I want to give, but it was a but.
It ain't a but.
And so I had to learn that, hey, when it like you said, when it fall on your spirit to do it, then you better do it, because ain't no telling what's going to happen later. Because like I said, that 5, 10, 15, 20, however much it was that I was going to give, that turned into hundreds. Yeah. That was gone. Yeah. Gone. And I should have listened. Sorry, Lord. I do better.
Yes.
Okay, so John says, I don't believe in bad karma. I believe in bad choices. Okay. The rain falls on the good and the bad.
That's true.
Yes, it's pretty people. Plenty of people doing dirt. And it looks like they're winning. And it's great quality people that get killed for nothing. Yeah.
I think. Hey, John.
He also says the universe.
John, do your hands like this, John. This is me hugging you. I'm hugging you, John.
To what you're doing. I was paying attention to what I was doing.
I'm hugging John.
I don't like to carry cash.
I'm hugging John because
this has nothing to do with me.
Hey, John, I love you. And the universe does too. And so I'm just hugging you because I just want to hug on you and love on you. No, this is all real.
Don't give me no fake hug.
This is a real hugs right here, because maybe at least John, we did not say that the rain don't fall on the just and unjust, because the same God that we say we love, murderers say they love him too. I mean, it's not that. What we're saying is that when you do bad, good or bad, and even if the bad people feel like they winning, guess what? No, they're not.
And I think it has more so to do with intentions.
No, they're not.
I think it has more so to do with your intention as well, though. Think about that. Say you make a bad decision, which really might have been a decision that you thought was the best decision at that time. But think about that same person making the same decision, but the intent was not, it wasn't a good intent. You know what I'm saying? Like, they knew that they were doing something shady. Right. They knew they were doing, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that it was just the best thing for me right now based on the choices that I have. I think it's a little bit different. But
it definitely.
Man, listen, you just can't do people wrong.
So you can't. And then here's the thing. When I was in the world and in the world, when I was in the wilderness, and yeah. So I had asked God to deliver me from something, right? Mm-hmm. I went back to the something that I asked to be delivered from, right? Mm. So at that time, I felt like God took his hand off of me. Now, you reap what you sow, bad karma, whatever I label it as. All types of bad shit happen. Yeah. All types of bad shit happen. Shit that I wasn't expecting. So I made a point to, because you have to offset all the bad that you've done. You have to right all the wrongs you have done before you leave here. But no matter what you believe, you have to right your wrongs and atone for your mistakes. And yeah, so I just figured out the equation for life was it takes 17 good deeds to equal up to one bad. So I was doing like a lot of free shit. Like,
but you know what's funny about that though? Like there's something powerful that what you said though. But what's crazy though is out of all those 17 good deeds that you did, right? If you had that one bad, guess what? That one bad outweighs
all 17.
That's all 17 because that's all.
And that's just my equation. I don't know what anyone else's equation is, but God.
Let me see. Hold on. So John says, when you give to someone, you don't give to get. Absolutely correct.
That's true.
You give because that is the right thing to do. It's a gift, not a trade. Absolutely.
That's true. I'll agree with you this time.
Did God take his hand off you, or was it bad behavior that you had to learn from? We all have free will. Absolutely. And a lot of times he's gonna like to continue to go through whatever it is you're going through
and that's God taking and that's God taking his hands off of you, really. Like that's you really.
I wouldn't say him taking his hands off of you. Yeah. No, I just think, listen, we know that when you're not learning the lesson that you need to be learning, you're gonna stay where you at.
You are. But if we use the Bible as a reference, right? The enemy has to get permission from God in order to do it. If we're gonna use the Bible as a reference, he can't do nothing to you unless he get permission from God.
I said
so you have free will, and he knows that you have free will, but can't nothing. Just like I say, don't nothing move until the money move. Can't nothing happen to you unless he gives the okay for it to happen. Mm-hmm. That's what the Bible say if we're going to use the Bible as a reference. So me saying God took his hands off of me for not being in his will is just like me not being in alignment with my perfect will. And so, I mean, like all kinds of stuff. It wasn't my bad behavior because, hell, if walking down the street, you break your ankle, what you do bad? You was walking down the damn street. You know what I'm saying?
But it was
right. I mean, even if it was right, I'm just saying it's just stuff like that where if you are asking, like, please deliver me from this, please deliver me from this, and you run back to it, you did that. That's your choice. You know what I'm saying? I got shit to do with that, right? Because we do that with our friends. He said, right. Well, I can't. Listen, I want to meet you so bad. So, but John, yes. So it could be your behavior, and your behavior is definitely your choice. But at the end of the day, can't nothing happen to you unless God gives the okay for it to go ahead and proceed. Mm-hmm. Keep the party going. So, but that's my belief. Most Christians don't even believe in karma because they say that God extends grace. But then they say he does it on the just and unjust. So I'm really, I'm conflicted when it comes to that. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's a whole different show. But so karma, we're saying, is you right or wrong. So I mean, you remember Urkel, right?
Yep.
Did I do that? Right. Yes, so when something bad happened to you, all automatically I'm thinking, okay, now what did I do wrong this week to get this kind of karma? Well, so what is that? I can't read it because I don't have my glasses. Yes. Sorry.
Let's use the Bible. So he also gave you a way out of anything that comes at you. Yeah.
But if you are in the wilderness because you are not obedient, I mean, you just, I don't know if you lived the perfect life, John. I don't know if you just, because some things you can't explain with your behavior. Because things happen, right? By happenstance, by chance. Is it just
I don't think you understand the word very much. Most Christians don't either. So most of them pick what they like and think they understand and throw the rest away that they don't like or agree with. I agree with that 1,000%.
I don't agree with that.
Take the word and they use it for whatever they want to use it for and discard other stuff. Listen, and their interpretation gonna be whatever they're gonna interpret it to whatever fits what they're going through at that time.
And that's with anybody. That's with any book of fiction, right? Because we just told people to read some empowerment books, right?
Okay.
Right. Because why is the Bible in world literature? Because it is a book of values and morals that are supposed to be passed on, right? So many different stories in there. So it's just a reference guide. So the understanding is going to come from not me, because the words say lean not into my own understanding, John.
Come on.
Hello?
Now.
So
listen
you can't play with me with this word because, John, just because I cuss, just because I'm loud, like don't mean that God chose Moses in the Bible. Moses was a murderer. Listen, that's what you gotta stop looking at the messenger and just receive the word. You know what I'm saying? Don't miss this food and go hungry because you don't want to eat from me. Ooh. You know what I'm saying, baby? Because I'm gonna give it to you straight up. Yes.
Listen to her.
Yes. Honey.
Well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. No. So we're talking about karma. And things do happen to good and bad people.
Yes, things happen to good and bad people.
Yeah, it happens to good and bad people. You are responsible for the energy that you put out.
Absolutely.
Because if we're going vibrations, everything has a vibration. Everything. Good things have a vibration, bad things. So when you put out that negative, you're going to get that bad. Right. When you put out good, you're going to get that bad. And that's what we're calling karma.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So you can, package it how you want to
package it. How you want to
call it what you want to call
it. Reap what you sow. Don't want to believe in karma, but believe in that. Then okay. So if you don't plant good fruit or good vegetables, guess what? You're not gonna get them out.
Right.
Good.
So you definitely will reap what you sow. You'll put out negative energy and get good back all day.
But that's not for us.
But we don't know that.
And one,
we don't really know that.
You don't know.
It's just what we see.
And you don't even know who is carrying that person, right? Because sometimes bad people are blessed because they helping somebody else that you may not know of, like a grandma or mom or something. Whereas you don't know why they blessed, but it's the prayers of those people that's sustaining that person. Right? So you don't necessarily know just because they look like they doing bad stuff to y'all.
I'm trying to figure out who we got here tonight, y'all.
Come on, trying to do something bad and they not living their life according to what you think. That don't mean that they a bad person. because somebody is praying for them, somebody is sustaining those people, and you don't know what it takes. I mean, have you ever sold drugs? Have you ever broke a crime, John? Have you ever did anything illegal? He says that it's very good people, that wonderful things, that done wonderful things.
So that's just illogical to me.
All right. So when you did your crime, right? Did you go to jail? Did you pay your debt to society?
But see, here's the thing though, right? Because we get a lot of things crossed. We talk about, did you do your crime or did you do this or what you did, da 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 da. And it's like, okay, so who is judging that? You know what I'm saying? Is it something that is in the commandments, like since y'all talk about the Bible, or is it a law? Or is it morals? Or is, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that can factor into this stuff. Okay. Because some people are not, everybody ain't raised the same.
They not.
So
but I was gonna go somewhere with John, but I'm gonna use a public figure instead of going there with John. O.J. Simpson. I'm not here to say that O.J. murdered, stabbed nobody. Right, the court of law said that OJ was innocent.
Yeah, that's what they
said. Okay, but now, if the glove don't fit, you must quit. But then OJ gets a life sentence for stealing his own memorabilia. So this is karma, right? This is universal karma.
That's exactly
right.
What it looks like.
So. You ain't the court of law, because it's so tainted, they let you out, but then the universe wasn't gonna have. So now you in jail for stealing your own shit.
Right.
Make it make
sense. All right, Tangie. Hey, Tangie.
Hey, Tangie.
All right. She says the Bible has been misinterpreted in many ways. So
it is a reference book.
So though it is a reference book, it should be taken at face value as, quote unquote, the word. Our word is God's word, and God's word is ours. It's the human idea of God that I believe caused a lot of confusion amongst us as a people.
It does cause confusion.
Yes.
It very much does cause confusion.
Yes.
Because they don't take it word for word. They take it for what they believe the word to be.
They're going to interpret it to what. They're going to interpret it to what
I love John. I'm a hug
John.
Hey, John on that bullshit. What is the universe?
God.
So yeah. So here we are.
God.
So here we are. But Tangie, I absolutely agree with that too. Mm-hmm. People die over. They have religious wars all the time.
Yeah.
For what? Because I'm like, the main three religions that's fighting they all go to the same Kabbalah to worship. Mm-hmm. Same place, same cube. Same location. I mean, I don't understand it, but hey, that's their business, because I don't, like I said, you can't argue politics or religion. You can't argue politics or religion.
Everybody's gonna have their own interpretation.
And now I'm starting to add health, because shit, motherfuckers don't care about their health either. So shit, I'm just stop talking to y'all about your damn health too. I don't even care. But when it comes to reaping what you sow, or karma, these things are universal laws, right? They're universal laws, Hermetic principles. John, you can look that up if you want to, get you some information on that. But do right by people, be a good human being. You even learned this in kindergarten. Absolutely. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? So
yeah, and it's funny because when I'm starting to work in public health, it was do unto others as they would want to be done to them.
See, as they would want to be done to them. They wanted to change it.
So basically, it was like you had the golden rule,
which
what you just said, and that was considered the platinum rule. Because what you may like, the next person may not like.
Right.
So it's about communicating and finding out
what they like,
what it is that they
understanding what they
like.
What? I'm trying to.
No, it's not the universe. It is not. Eat your grapes.
I feel like
you can't quantify.
He must be.
I mean,
he
it is
gotta
what
be
it
an
is.
Aries
With every
or a
consequence,
Scorpio.
I mean, with every action, there's a
Or a
consequence. You know what I'm saying?
What's his sign?
Whether
It's he Aries, gotta be
John,
Scorpio or Libra.
I can't remember. I used to.
He
know.
one of them. But
yes. So again, for every action, there is a reaction.
Cause
there
and
is
effect.
a consequence, and there is,
and that's a scientific principle.
Period. Absolutely.
Newton's law of motion.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. That's Newton's law of motion.
Absolutely.
So,
and that is for everything. Everything. It don't matter what it is.
Everything.
That goes for
everything.
Sagittarius.
I just Scorpio Sagittarius. He was probably a cuss.
He's a Sagittarius.
It's not able to be measured tangibly, and you don't know when it's gonna happen. Because even because will you be responsible for the sins of your father? You may be. That's why, as a parent, you don't know. You don't do certain. I don't do certain things because I don't want it to affect my grandkids.
Right.
Because you don't know which generation is gonna hit. Latonya Jones said, "Latonya is not a Libra. Gotta be. He is giving me all kind of Libra, Aries vibes, but a Sagittarius. Let me see a Sagittarius fire sign. Because baby, he giving me all kind of fire energy today.
Sag is after the Scorpio, right?
No, but I'm saying instead of fire sign,
or I can't tell you.
He got to be, hunty. Yeah, I said it. Oh, look. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I knew that baby was he was giving me all kind of Aries energy, baby. I said,
I hear these things I always want to debunk this stuff. It's all good.
You're not debunking things. What are you debunking, sir? Let's be clear. Let's be clear, because what you believe is what you believe, and then what I'm believing, what I believe, I am going to continue to believe today, tomorrow, and beyond, because I've lived this life 43 years, and this is what I know to be true. I know when I ask to be delivered for
your perception is always going to be your truth at the end of the day.
Period. At the end of the day. Because I know that when I ask to be delivered from something, then I went back. I know all kinds of hell broke loose. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I know when I do bad things, then bad things come back to me. When I do bad. When I do good things come back.
Yes.
All the time, fast.
Yes.
Right,
and that's the quickest way to success. Right,
exactly. So I love doing good things, because guess what? It made me feel good, and plus, I feel like I'm rewarded or something when I do it, because you did this, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to do good by people at all times. It's a lot of evil people out here in the world.
It sure is.
Right. It's people that are out here just to spread negativity anyway.
You can believe what you want.
Yes.
And you can have all kinds of subjective truth, but it don't change what is right. Who is to say what is right? What is right?
What is right? What is right? Who says something is right or wrong, John? Who made?
But that's what I was just talking about earlier. You know,
a
few minutes ago about
you said who judged them.
Right. You know, we have spiritual laws, we have, worldly laws, we got,
and to me,
morals and all this other stuff. So,
to me, a spiritual law is always going to outweigh a man-made law. Because you see, men make laws like can't have an abortion after 6 weeks, and if so, you're going to go to jail. So it's like we see what kind of laws men make.
Right.
Right?
Man.
But do we know what God's words are? Like, we just know who God is to us, and what He.
And at the end of the day, one sin is no greater than the next.
There's no sin greater than the next. It's none.
Karma is real.
But karma is real. You reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow.
These are all facts.
Yes. Oh, we in agreement.
Finally, it is happening to me right in front of my face, and I just can't decide. I don't know what I can't.
I don't know the rest.
Yeah, we don't know all that. We don't
got
know
a song
that.
like the Heat. Here you go. All right. So let's see what Tangie says. Okay.
I like what Tangie
exactly. Says. We are portals and channels of life, which life is energy, which cannot be created nor destroyed. So our life energy transfers. Yeah. That's why I feel that. Hold on. That's why I feel that debts of our ancestor or forefathers passed on and on until it's corrected. Correct. That's very correct. But it's the human condition that we're locked into. John, just my perception, though.
Right, don't shoot us.
What do you think?
Hands up, don't
So
shoot
that was a question to John. What do you think, John?
You never dip, you easily dip. How? John, listen. John,
it's okay.
John, but how did you debunk the realness of karma? What did you say that you felt debunked karma?
Let me see.
Because he ain't saying nothing. Because he didn't debunk.
Can y'all see this? Can y'all see this link that I just put in the group chat?
Yeah, put John on here.
Let me send it to him.
Send it to John text message.
Send it to Tangie.
Tangie, send it to Tangie too.
I'm sending out
link. So Tangie, I just want to let you know that you and I are on the same page, because I like when people ask me about death, I really have a hard time talking about death a lot, because I do believe that energy just transfers.
Right.
So it's not like, I mean, yeah, your body has a physical death, but you are energy, and energy never dies. And that's just like real love. Love, like if you love someone, like you can never unlove them, no matter what. Like you may change how you deal with them, but
yeah, you're talking about real love.
Real love is an energy. So no, we're not trying to force your belief. You trying to tell us that our belief is wrong. Now you playing the victim. Ooh, fire sign, fire sign. This a damn fire sign.
I just sent John and Tangie. I just sent you guys a link. Check your messenger if you want to come on.
This is a fire sign for real, boy. He is giving me all fire energy, baby. I'm telling you. I said Aries because he got a strong.
I get along with everybody. That's funny. Not everybody, but
no, y'all
for most signs. I do.
But for us, it's them Sagittarius.
I'm not saying, of course, y'all. You ask me what I think. Oh, okay. Got you.
Oh, okay.
So no, I was saying Tangie's post, her comment was addressed to you, sir.
Yeah. But is karma real? Let's ask Google. Let's see what Google says. Because karma is, to me, I feel like karma is real. What do you believe?
Ask Google.
But I'm saying, what do you believe?
Yeah, I believe karma is real. I really do. I really truly believe that whatever you put out in this world, you're going to get back tenfold.
Okay.
Tenfold. Okay.
So another adage they said,
yeah,
what goes around comes around.
Absolutely.
You reap what you sow.
And it may not be in your lifetime. Right. That's the whole thing.
Right.
You know, maybe in your lineage. You know. And on a positive note, that's why we had this thing called generational wealth.
Yeah.
This is what we're creating.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Have you seen where man, it's crazy. Like you can see some families, right? And you'll meet the parents and you will see how the parents were and how they behave and the things that they've done in the community or whatnot. And then you see their kids and they had that same type of spirit. You know what I'm saying? And then you already know their kids gonna have that same type of spirit as well. But hey Tangie, let me add Tangie to the screen. Here we go.
Hey.
Hi, family.
She been getting to the money.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah,
success.
Yes, dear success in the building.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I had to get into this conversation, y'all.
Honey, John. We gonna find John, and I tell you, when we find John, we gonna hug and love on him so much. Because John
John came on. Let's go.
I need a hug. Womack. Yes,
we got John in the building.
What's going on? Hey, how you doing?
Tangie.
We got John and Tangie.
Okay,
building,
John.
y'all. I'm super excited.
John and Tangie. John,
Oh,
you a question. Tangie, what was the question?
No, my question was really, I was just asking what he thought about basically what I said, because I can totally understand where he's coming from. But I also have my own personal spiritual path that I'm on that leads me to believe certain things. So based off the fact that I know what I believe and everything, our perception is based off of those things. I was asking him, what did he think about the fact that, like you said, Yola, basically, our ancestors pass on, certain things, and those things just keep going through the bloodline until somebody says, hold up, I need to fix this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Generational
curse.
Right. So yeah, generational curse for those, for people that, believe in the generational curse. Until you say, what, I recognize that this is a reoccurring thing. I may not have actually did anything, but somebody before me.
Right.
And now the ball is in my court.
Mm-hmm. They change the behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Basically. Yeah.
Pass it off and say, oh, it's just a generational curse. I don't believe in that and whatever. Or do you say, okay, this got to be something, let me look into it and figure out how to fix it?
Absolutely.
Okay, John.
Absolutely.
I mean, it seemed like I don't understand. It seemed like you kind of talking about two different things. It seemed like you're saying, we lived through our ancestors, and I don't know nothing about that. If you're talking about the spiritual belief that, our ancestors died, I could not tell you one thing about that because that ain't my belief. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm not telling her that's what she can't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because she can't tell me what to believe. I can't tell her what to believe.
Right.
But I do believe in I don't know if you want to call it curses, but I do believe that, bad behavior gets carried down family to family, and that's
okay. And yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't really call them curses either. I just feel like it's bad behavior that was taught throughout the generations that has never been corrected, or no one has ever said, like Tangie said, like, hold on, okay, this got to stop. Mm-hmm. And I know when y'all was coming on, I don't know if y'all heard me because I know y'all was coming on. I was just telling Yola this. I was just, like, when you might meet a family or meet, some parents, and you be like, okay, they like really heavy in the community. They doing this, they doing that. They philanthropists, yeah. And then you end up meeting their kids maybe a couple of years later or whatnot. Or you might know their kids as little kids, and then they grow up and they actually have that same spirit, that same behavior, and doing those same values, and doing the same things that their parents did. That's because, their parents decided, not saying their parents before them didn't do that, or the grandparents, but at some point somebody said, okay, we need to get into our community, we need to do this, that, and the other, and they actually pass that on to their kids. So, their kids probably 9 out of 10 gonna pass that on to their kids as well. Right. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't really believe in the generational curses, but I do believe in it'd be some badass behavior.
Yeah, I mean, but you do have to acknowledge the influence of your forefathers in order to address it. Absolutely. Right? So if you knew that your granddaddy cheated, your great granddaddy cheated, your dad, if you knew that those people before you were cheaters, you have to acknowledge it in order to change the behavior.
Right, and but even with that though, those, you're right. But and it's crazy that you said it, because those behaviors though are, again, we know they're taught behaviors, and you still have a choice with that, because it's more so like you knew it was wrong when you saw it. You didn't even understand it as a child. Right. You know what I'm saying?
But because it's your parents, you justify it because it's your parents. So it's being passed on each time because we justifying it. Because if it's good enough for my daddy, why it's not good enough for me?
But you know what I think? I don't even want to call it a rebuttal, but what's crazy to me is even when we know, say, like you just said, you have a father, right? Or even a mother, it don't matter. You're in a household and you see your parents are cheating. Which one, it don't even matter. Mm-hmm. And you saw the hell that it brought to your family, right? And you saw how it made you feel. Or the lack of, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then I don't understand the justification of it when you become on your own or an adult and you do it. But you know what it made you feel like. You know
But
how
that
bad it
happened.
made you feel,
That-
and you saw what it did to your family.
That,
Can somebody explain it to me?
but
Because I never really got that. I never got that.
they ain't even just cheating. It could be maybe your dad or mom was abusive to one another.
Right, but I'm
So
just
the
saying
best
it could have
about-
been anything
because
that made
it
you
happened-
feel bad, it hurt the dynamics of the
Because
household.
it's already embedded in. Because it was happening. It's already in.
Mm.
That's why I call
I
it a
feel like
curse.
that be learned behavior.
It-
though.
it's- so even if it's a learned behavior, it's still in your DNA
How?
because those are your parents.
She must be making up signs. You know what? It's in your DNA.
It is in your
No,
yes.
DNA.
Listen,
No, but I think
it's an age-old
I
argument.
think me and her had this argument
Nature
already. So I ain't gonna
versus
listen to it.
nurture. Understand
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
we had this
saying?
argument already.
Nature versus nurture. Baby, you can't stop nature. And if your mom is pregnant with you and she's carrying you in the womb, yes, you gonna come out feeling man, whatever your mama was going through in that
Now
pregnancy.
that is true. You can feel it.
That is nature. So if your mom was getting beat up, if your mom was getting cheated, these things are already embedded in your DNA, and so you have to be able to extract them.
Mm.
Like this is where the healing
how do
comes
you
in.
extract
Healing
your
comes
DNA?
in when you acknowledge and then you
Hey, when you acknowledge
redirect
it, how do you extract? How do you take it from your DNA once you acknowledge it? What happens?
You have to learn. You have to extract. You can't extract from your DNA.
Hold it, and
You are.
hold.
But you have
No,
to.
I'm gonna tell you where y'all right though. Well, I totally agree with y'all. It's just like I was having a conversation with my friend about like money. You know, if we was raised in a certain family where they had business, you know, and it's certain ways we would think already that we don't think like most black people don't think like that. But if you're around it, it's easier for you.
Mhm.
I don't really think it's the DNA. I think it's more so your environment. I
Mhm.
think we're a product of our environment.
Because you have a choice to
Okay.
change it.
On the
DNA
culture.
does not change.
Here's this. Let's say you was a drug baby. You get adopted. Your new parents are loving, caring. They don't even do drugs. But you got a craving to do drugs.
Well, that might be a kid.
Where do you no, it's not a chemical imbalance, it's in your DNA. It's in your DNA.
But you can't use it as an example only because hold on though. No. If you were we already know that whatever the mother consumes, the child actually gets, right? Yeah. Because you are in a shared.
A lot of good crack babies out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I have, you know.
Right. So if you came out as a crack baby, you already was addicted to crack. So you can't say because they got new parents.
But there's a gene in your DNA for addiction, right?
But they're already addicted when they were born.
But I'm saying it's in their DNA. The addiction is in their DNA.
That's possible. That's possible. I mean, I think that's highly probable.
I
won't totally disagree with you.
It's that idea that I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, for as far as the DNA part, the only reason Dana exists is to give you your genetic makeup. Yeah. Like there's no learned or unlearned anything when it comes to DNA. That's just what makes you have your hair, your skin, your eye color.
Thank you.
No, because addiction is a gene.
Thank you.
When you it ain't a thank you, addiction is a gene, right?
No,
yes or no.
Mindset. Addiction is something that you see. So when you're born as a baby, you don't know what addiction is or is not. You grow up around mom and dad or whoever, and you see them constantly putting the bottle to their lips. They can't stop.
Right,
so
I don't drink around my kids, right?
Yeah, like naturally when you grow up and you've seen and you've been affected and traumatized by this addiction, you naturally think that this is the only way that I've seen to solve my problems. So therefore, my mom or my dad drunk.
So that's learned behavior.
Yeah,
it's learned behavior. But when you're looking at your DNA, the molecules, it makes your eye color, your skin color, yes, but it also
is that if it's gone on through the generations long enough, as a species, we learn to adapt to certain things.
Yes,
that's where the generation
you may develop a gene for abuse or being abused, because generations have gone on it for so long that we
So it's in your DNA.
this is how it's supposed to be.
No, because in fact, because you know what? So like them breaking down and identifying the parts of your DNA that do certain things, even with like physical traits or diseases and things. It's an age-old study, right? So it's like they're constantly discovering different parts that's gonna trigger different parts of who you are, your makeup. It's like they're studying it all day. They even got a list of what they think. They have them numbered. And a lot of the stuff what we thinking is learned is they're actually saying it is identifiable in your DNA. So when we break down that ribbon and we start seeing it, then you can start understanding like sometimes, so you have to learn, when I say extract, you have to learn or bridge over the thing that's embedded inside.
You lose me right there. Because it's like,
Be transparent.
it's like,
Go ahead,
if that's your deal. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead, John.
She be tired of talking with me about this nature versus nurture, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm about to be real transparent. All that
that's
stuff,
your
y'all gonna start science and learning. Oh, you got this, man. It sound like a whole bunch of excuses that they made.
there you go. It's in my DNA.
DNA
You know, it's a slippery slope because
for
white
disease.
people can say,
Know how
say,
to do it.
well, they born that way.
Behavior, all that.
It's just a slippery slope to be because white people can turn around and say, well, you know, black people look at how they are. That's how they are. They born that way. It's in their DNA.
But
there's a lot of things you can say about that. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I wouldn't go with that.
There is a lot of things that we can say about genetics, epigenetics, DNA, all of that stuff. At the end of the day, when you take it down to the natural of natural, which is nature, which science is still derived from, it's just DNA.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do a whale born in the water, how do they know to breathe?
What do you mean? Like when they come
like in the water, like that's in their DNA.
It's
right. A baby is born. A baby is carried in embryonic fluid, right?
And then we
how do a baby know when they get out to breathe?
Just
you know what I'm saying? That's why you know it's a God, right? You know it's a God, no matter how science try to define what God is or how something is made up. It's still a God at the end of the day. That put all of this stuff together, because the body can work on its own. The body is already in your makeup.
Yeah,
to do
makeup. Yeah, it's in the genetic makeup. But there, I mean, we have the motor center. This thing goes off without us even.
It does. Right. It does, and that's when you know there's
control. You know, that type
of
thing.
Want to say,
he
want to argue with us so bad.
I not argue with you. I don't believe what you're saying so bad. He's like, what you're saying is not valid. But I'm okay with you saying it.
He's a true fire sign.
Like I know. I don't have no problem with what you're saying. I don't see the logic. I don't follow it, but it's cool though. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem. And it's a part of me to say, you know, it is possible, but no,
just research it yourself. You can Google everything that I've said.
Okay, I'll do that. But so let's go back to karma. So what I was saying,
it ain't gonna be Wikipedia, but you can Google it.
Okay, I'll Google it. Be careful getting all your information from Google. Okay, I will say that.
You can get a lot of information from Google. Those programs are awesome.
That said, let's talk about what I was saying about karma. You were saying that karma is, I don't believe that's true. It's just totally not true. And
what's not true? What's true about karma? What's not true?
Good things happen to bad things happen to good people. That's just, you know what I'm saying?
Good things also happen to good people. Right. Bad things happen to bad people, and good things happen to bad people.
It rains on bad and good people. It really don't matter what you do, what you don't do. Now, you might not get away with it in the end, depending on what you believe. You know what I'm saying? You can do things, make bad decisions that can get you caught up in certain situations.
And you knew it was a bad decision when you did.
And you knew it was a bad decision, and you know what you're getting into now. You know, and you might not have the avenues to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? But this mystical universe that controls karma. If you do something good, then something's good. Come back to you.
Pick me. Just go ahead and pick me. Just pick me. Because I never said.
I'm not saying it's not true.
No,
I'm saying
John,
it's man-made. It's a man-made theory that's not that you can't quantify. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not true. I can't tell you, definitively what I say is true.
If you really want to know the history of Hinduism, it is the oldest organized religion that there is.
Yeah, I got a book on Hinduism. I don't believe
I want to say this though. I want to tell you that we are the sum choice of all the decisions that we've made. We've never steered away from that. We are saying that when you do bad things will follow. When you do good things will follow. This is not an opinion. You can measure how many times you've done good and then versus how many times something bad has happened to you. You can measure that. Pay attention to when you do good and watch good things happen.
No,
and it's no process. But you're saying that good people are murdered.
Right for right. I'm talking
bad people are murdered too.
Just think about some of our black leaders back in the days, like Emmett Till, and some of the great people that died. Doing the right thing, fighting for people, fighting for something that's bigger than themselves. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We don't have nobody not a lot of people doing things like that right now. No. Boom, they get shot. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, then you have people that's running the country that's sitting and living lavish. You know what I'm saying right now? Nothing bad's happening to them. You might want something bad to happen to them.
You don't know that just because you don't see bad happening to people don't mean that bad ain't happening. You don't know that. You don't know what they are doing on the inside.
Exactly. But you don't
know that.
I understand that, but you don't.
You don't know. Presidents returning. As soon as they get in office, they be having nice.
I don't.
And then their kids be fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that.
Kids be fucked up. See, you don't know, so maybe ain't nothing happening to them, but it's being extended.
I don't know that, but you don't either. That's my point.
Yeah, we do know that their kids is fucked up. We know that kids fucked up because it's in the news, and we see their kids is fucked up.
The news, you can't look at the news for anything. All I'm saying is, I don't know that because it's not quantified, and you don't. But it's fine. I'm not saying.
I'm not laughing at you. I just don't agree. Listen, I'm not saying that if you do wrong, you're gonna get your payback today.
Right now.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying
and you can actually counter.
I said for me, karma comes quick. For me personally. I can't say how karma comes for you.
Karma ain't you making bad decisions. And
it don't be and see that's where you're wrong.
You don't think you make bad decisions? We all make bad decisions.
I have made bad decisions.
Right. That's the first. Thank you.
That's not the karma. That's not the karma. If you reap what you sow, if I put out bad, I can expect bad to happen.
Let me ask you something. So you said Hinduism. Can you explain to me what's the because is that Hinduism? Is that it?
I mean, it's one of the basis of Hinduism,
okay.
Buddhism, and Jainism.
Yeah. Okay. What's that again?
Jainism, Hinduism, and Buddhism. It's
okay, so yeah, because it's broke down in three.
Principle.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, just the same way as the Old Testament is also the Torah and something else.
Right, I understand.
So
but you know what?
Those religions are geared more so you being a good person and doing right by people versus them telling you stories about creation, right? It's basically telling you just do right by people.
Yeah,
that's human. And that's really where we all should be at all times is just a good human.
Yeah, but I think that's good that you brought up the fact that that's Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Did I say that right? Jainism. Mm-hmm. But because I've come to find out that a lot of people disagree on a lot of stuff, but really it comes down to your ideology. What do you believe? How do you believe the world should move? And that's different for a lot of black people.
So you're saying, but you're saying if you make a bad choice, then bad's gonna happen to you, right? That's what you said.
Not
right?
really. Not really. No, really. Not all the time.
Yeah, but bad will happen to you if you make a bad choice. It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
So that's reaping what you sow. That's reaping what you sow, i.e., karma.
Listen,
It's the same shit. It's the same thing.
Good, and something bad happened to you.
I also think that you can counter it too. Like if you did something bad and you went in
17 good. I told you.
You can be good and get raped. You can be
one
a child, mind your own business, playing with your toys, and a man come in there and molest you. She didn't.
And we don't equate that with karma stuff. What you doing in here? Back over there in that
room. You understand?
I understand where you're coming from because, like I explained to my kids, I tell them you have a decision. All aspects. Yeah. You're either gonna make this decision or that decision, but understand that each of those decisions comes with risks.
Yeah.
And the risk is that you could very well go and do something great for somebody, but you run the risk of it still having a bad outcome because all you can control
evil people out here.
You control the response of the person or the trigger of the person or thing or place that you went and made good decision versus you can also make a bad decision. You can make a decision to go rob somebody, take all their money. There's no guarantee that you're going to get caught.
It's not.
Right.
There ain't no guarantee that you're going to get away.
But eventually, you keep doing it.
Yeah, because that's a bad.
But what you're saying is, every action has a reaction.
Exactly. Whether it may be bad by our definition.
That's karma. Every action has a reaction, whether it's good or bad. That's still karma.
Yeah, the objective thing is what's your ideal, like you said, your ideology of what good and bad is.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part. Right. What is good and bad? Like in your eyes, slapping Keisha might be a good thing, but in Keisha's eyes,
it ain't a bad thing.
But it ain't.
It's always gonna be a bad thing.
And you might be
look, it's always gonna be a bad
thing. You tell me I love you. You just give me a hug to tell me I love you.
Yeah,
so that's the idea of the person that's really committing the action to say, oh, okay, well, what I received from the consequence for what I did was either good or bad, but that's up to them to realize. Cause we got a lot of stuff that don't happen in the world that's bad, and ain't nobody behind bars.
Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit y'all with this. I'm gonna hit y'all with this one.
Go ahead,
y'all ain't gonna like this one. And my buddy over there, my buddy Tangi, I really want her to answer this question before y'all answer this question.
Okay.
All right, Tangi.
Yeah.
In her definition, what's your name? Sorry.
Her definition. What definition did I give?
Your definition of karma. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Definition.
Yola Hollywood.
Yola Hollywood. In her definition of karma.
Let me read the definition that we started.
Hold on. I'm talking about in her explanation of karma.
Her
explanation of karma. Would it be what would happen to you if you have an abortion?
Based off
don't say that, y'all. Don't you say nothing. I said y'all can't say nothing.
I'm going based off of those terms. Now you have an abortion. You deleted a life. Basically, you played God in that situation. The life that God created, you made the decision to say, no, I don't want it. I'm gonna abort it. Karma speaking, you're gonna have a bad outcome. Even if you got raped. Even if the child was a molestation.
Oh, I love this girl.
Thank
you.
You're saying, but that's just how I see it based off of
your definition of karma.
But here, let me say this, John, because
your definition of karma now.
Who was to say that I didn't count that as something that I had to atone for?
Well, I wasn't talking about you personally. I wasn't talking about you personally. No, I didn't even know you had one.
I said the government should not dictate if someone should have an abortion or not. I did not say if it's right or wrong. I said it's a personal choice. I said it's a personal choice. It's your choice. If that's my choice and then that's my karma, then that's my karma. That's my choice.
Right.
Mhm.
And
So
it's
I
my
never
choice to call the
said-
police to come lock
I
you up.
never said you're not gonna go to hell or heaven because I don't believe either one of those.
And
places.
I want to let you know, I'm not trying to take away a woman's choice. I just want
You are.
to call the
You
police to come lock her up for murder.
But now you
Once
the
she make
former
that choice.
police. It's not you. It's not you.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not
That's all I'm
for
saying.
you.
You know, you got a choice to murder somebody. But if you murder them, I feel like the police should just lock you up because you're a
They
murderer.
don't even consider a fetus a person until after 12 weeks.
But
I
yeah,
consider
but
Make
why-
it make
By
sense.
law,
So
by
that's
fact.
not
when you
miracle.
let me ask you a question. When you go to the doctor,
And see, that's where you have the spiritual lines crossing the lines of the stuff in the world. You know what I'm saying?
it
That's
ain't
why
even spiritualized. When you go to the doctor, what do they
no, I'm just saying.
when
I'm
they go
just
to the
saying.
doctor to see if you're pregnant, what do they try to listen for?
They're listening for a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the
When
heart?
you first go to the, but hold on, let's be clear. Let's be clear. They can't even. First
They
of all,
can't
they
hear heartbeat because the
Hold
heart
on.
ain't even
develop
developed.
yet, right?
So
So
they-
it depends
they-
on when you go.
They're going by your race.
That's what that Texas law is. That's why it's called the heartbeat law.
But
Since
the
the man couldn't make one, he can't tell a woman when and where to create
Right.
one. Period. Like,
All right, you see what Tupac at right now. Don't follow Tupac.
period.
you take a pregnancy test first, right?
Right.
So
And that's because of the
The
change in the
hormones.
hormone.
you can actually detect the ACG chemical in your veins.
Exactly. But you can also take ACG to do that diet, and you're gonna take a test and still get a false one.
Yeah, that's exactly. So
But-
with chemicals, it's
It's
like
not chemicals. But if you go,
life or
if you
the
go early enough,
my life.
You ain't gonna hear no heartbeat.
if you go early,
Oh, and you're not
you're
going
not gonna hear no
You're
heartbeat.
not gonna
They're
hear
gonna
a
have to do an ultrasound.
When
The
it's a
ultrasound has to
fetus.
be vaginal because it's too small. They can't see. They only see a little bitty pee. Ain't even
Wow.
nothing there. Ain't no heartbeat. Ain't no
The
nothing.
same thing we was, a little bitty pee. That's what we was at one time.
At one time, we were.
So,
So-
does that make the baby any less there or
But-
not?
So then now we talk about divine purpose, divine timing, right?
Mhm.
Because
I-
everything
You know
has
why I
a
said it
divine
was bad? You know why I tried to say it was karma? Because I just wanted y'all to kind of see this a bad thing.
No, you're saying and
It's a baby, it's a bad thing. I
listen,
think we can all
wait,
agree
listen, hear me out,
it's a
John.
bad thing, isn't it?
Okay,
Isn't
I
it a bad
stand
thing
on
to
stuff
kill a
that I say, right? My words are my actions, they align, right? So if I said last week that abortion was a choice, it's still a choice today. Even if karma is in place, it still is a woman's choice.
Mhm.
And if I had bad karma for that, guess what? I had to do 17 good deeds to counteract that one. So
where
listen,
did this
I
good deeds come from too? Where did that come? So
That's
you
her
that's
equation.
my
That's for
personal
her.
equation.
That's
I
her.
don't know
Oh,
what your
okay.
equation is, but
might want to be careful with that.
one.
Okay. All right. I go.
Because you can't. Debate wasn't your forte in school, sweetie. I was that.
Let's see.
Other
I
words,
was
I
AKA,
try to debate.
like,
If you right,
she likes to argue.
With facts, not opinion, but facts. But okay, let's
I
go.
mean, if you're right, you're right. I won't try to just be right just to be right.
No, you are. Because you done called me a murderer. You done called me a fucking
I wasn't
murderer.
talking about you. I was talking about just
You done said God ain't took his hand off of me. Listen. Oh, it's a whole baby in there.
Mama's drunk.
He got me cussing in front of the baby. The
Mom.
whole time.
That's
This one in here is an actor too. Actress.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, John. So Tangi was right. You know, karma does play a part in every decision that you make,
Right.
right?
Negative,
Good
positive.
or bad. We never said it didn't. Again, a sin is a sin. If we looking at the Bible as a reference, it's a sin.
We talking about
They
karma,
say it's a
and
sin.
she disagreed with you. Okay, so you trying to twist this up, Mr.
I'm not twisting anything up. I said that's what she said. She said it's karma. Okay.
Listen,
And I said if you
karma.
do bad things, you will have bad.
Okay, freeze. But if you do good things,
You will have good things come back to you.
wrong.
That's not. I don't know what kind of negative life you living.
Well,
Listen.
You can do good things.
I know when
At
I'm
this
doing
point-
good things
Right,
come.
guess what?
Listen,
I'm
Doing
telling
good
you
I'm
this.
gonna debunk this so easily.
John,
You
at
can do
43,
good.
you trying to kill them ants. another negative thought, baby. That's you got to kill that. Because if I have good things, I expect good to come to me. And
Bad things happen to good people. Bad things happen to good people. Do you understand that?
Good.
Do you agree?
Good and bad. Good
bad
and
things
bad
happen to good people. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I will agree that things happen to everybody.
Lord.
Things happen to everybody.
You agree with me then?
When you do
the right flow on everybody, right?
When you expect good things to happen, good will happen. If you do bad and expect bad to happen, bad things will follow.
Now,
because
you're talking about two different
whatever
things.
you conceive in your mind,
As a man thinking,
it becomes.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm with you on that. In a way, I am with you. You know, I do understand. You do have to think positive, and you do have to think what you want in order to get it. I get that. You know what I'm saying? The whole manifestation thing. I can manifest something, but
I love manifestation.
You got to put the work in. This manifestation stuff, I like it to get the idea out there, but you still got to get the knowledge, the wisdom. You got to put the work in. You got to persevere.
Mm-hmm.
It just
you got to put the work in, and you got to persevere.
I'm gonna think about this all.
All that stuff put together. And it's the same thing as people want to say, well, I have faith. It's you believing, you expecting, you're putting that work in. And
I believe that
to go into that direction until you get what you want.
You move.
But you have to write it down first. He says that in the Bible as well. But you got to write these
things down
because it is 1 and 2. Yes,
she throw Bible verses out like.
Hey, you have to get those things together. It has to
be throw it on the wall. See this shit.
Once you write it and once you say it, these things gonna have to happen for you. Now, how bad you want it to make it happen, then that's on you.
But when she said
faith without works is dead. So when you manifest, you gotta move in alignment of the things that you manifest.
Faith without works is
dead? You can't manifest a Lamborghini.
I can't let you
your ass ain't never even had a Toyota.
I can't.
You have to be in alignment with your purpose.
Freeze. What do faith without works is dead mean to you?
It's a combination between mind, body, and spirit. You can't just think about it. You have to think about it, say it, believe it, and do it to work. You have to move
and move, and you have to move.
You can't just I dream a genie and sit there. It doesn't
Aries.
Now, in the secular world, yeah, you're right. That's great. But now, Buddhists, ancestral spiritualists, now let the Christian talk about the Bible. Faith without works is dead. Does not mean
you identify as a Christian. That's why you call me a murderer. Oh, okay, make sense. You know what I like to do? I like to throw the rocks. You know what I'm saying? And hide your head. Okay, yeah.
I enjoy you. I'm not trying to
come through, Christian. Come through.
Okay, I'm coming. Faith without works and dead is talking about you believing in God, you believing in Christ. You see a person, they need your help. You know what I'm saying? And you tell them something like, you know what, man, God, I'm praying for you, and you just walk by them. You see what I'm saying? Without giving the man something, giving him some food, helping him out, and then telling him about how God showed you the way. You see what I'm saying? That's what faith without works is dead mean. It has nothing to do with money. People take that right there and say, oh, faith without works is dead. They talking about money. They talking about hard work. They talking about this. They talking about that. No. The Bible is a story about, it got a certain...
The Bible is a parable. And the Bible does talk about it also tells you that if you don't work, you don't eat. So that's...
but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about faith without works is dead.
That's the same thing. If you don't work, you don't eat.
Hold on one second, sweetheart. It's about bringing somebody into the way. You understand? Because a lot of people like to call it Christian. I like to call it the way. Okay, that's what they called it before they called it Christianity. All it's saying is, if you're telling somebody, man, you go, man, God praying for you, you just walk off on them. You see what I'm saying? That's not going to help that person get into the way, rather than going over there, giving them some food, helping them. Feed the people. It's like me going out trying to preach the word of God
But, oh no,
Go ahead. Because you want.
So
Go ahead.
was that the Christianity the way before it broke up with Catholicism, or was that after they had separated from the Church of England? Let me know.
It was before that.
It wasn't no Christianity before
disciples
the Church of England. It
But
wasn't. Christianity came about because they disagreed with the Church of England, with Catholicism. You got to.
But I'm not talking about
that history. Because it's gonna tell you.
I'm not talking about that.
Please, you ain't talking about, but you just told me it was the way.
I'm telling you right now. Listen, sweetie.
You can't do that. You can't argue on the feed. You got to have facts.
I'm not trying to argue with you.
You gotta have facts. Christianity came after Catholicism.
You're trying to argue against.
I ain't trying to argue.
I'm not trying to argue against that.
But the word that you trying to tell me is not the way. It ain't even the oldest religion.
I'm not telling you it's the way.
You gotta look at
Sweetheart, you don't even understand what I'm saying. I'm not telling you it's the way. I'm saying before they called it Christianity,
it was called
it the way. So that's why I call it the way.
It was called Catholicism.
Do you understand what I'm saying now?
I understand.
Okay, I'm not saying it's the way because son, I'm gonna whoop your butt if you don't let me finish doing what I'm doing.
Don't use whooping him as do not deflect being a
Listen. I'm not deflecting. I'm trying to let you know I don't think my way is better than your way. I don't think my way is better than her way. Okay? So that's not what I was saying. All I was saying was I called it the way, and I wanted to tell you why I called it the way. Because a lot of people like to say Christian this, Christian this, Christian that. They called it the way before they called it Christianity, and the disciples said that in the Bible. I
have a question. Are you black?
Yeah, what you think? What do I look like?
No, because Chris, that's not even your ancestors.
I mean, black is I know it's a social.
That's not even your ancestors.
But that don't have nothing. That's neither here nor there.
That's not even here or there.
That don't have nothing to do with faith. It's not worth it. It's dead.
Religion was. So you're
trying to debunk
the slave master religion. You trying to tell me it's the way.
I'm not trying to tell you it's the way again, sister. See,
I haven't checked out.
What's wrong with you? You don't want to
check out. We cannot. Listen. It is 10:20.
Okay, now. So I was just trying to tell y'all what faith.
We gonna go
meant in the Bible. Because you're taking it out of context.
No, go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna be quiet.
Sit on your hands.
You can talk all you want, but I mean, you just talking. I mean, you coming off as argumentative. You know, and you trying to debunk something that I'm not even trying to debunk. I'm not saying you got to believe in Christianity. You can believe whatever you want to believe. I said that, right?
Okay.
Say that?
Okay.
Okay. So no, it's not the way. It's not the way. I'm just saying that's what they called it back then. Okay.
Okay.
So I was just saying that's not what that means. But don't get me wrong, people use it for that, and it sounds good, but that has nothing to do with that scripture. Make some money, or if you think that all that don't have nothing to do with that scripture. It doesn't.
I ain't getting into this.
The Bible also says, "Ask and you shall receive." So when I manifest, I'm asking. I'm asking for a certain
thing. Same thing. Like a lot of the main religions, sorry for interjecting, are very closely related.
They are.
You can find a lot of consistencies between the religions, but at the end of the day, when you boil all of them down, that still means we all believe in something that's bigger than this.
Yeah.
And we know that we're not the only ones out here.
And that's another basis of Hinduism, because they say it's different ways to get to a certain destination. It ain't no right or wrong way to get there. Everybody gonna get there their own way, right? But I can be a Hindu because I eat meat. So they don't eat meat. So that's neither here nor there. But that's what it says. Asking you shall receive. Manifesting is just asking for something to come into your life.
And you think open to receive. You think that's gonna work?
Yeah, it's been working.
Man, I need to get some of this manifestation, man. So I got. I need to get
one-on-one. Hold on.
Manifestation is a combination, not just one thing.
Let me see how. Let me ask y'all a question. What if y'all try to manifest then? Because then how long it take? Like what? Because
It's gonna happen. Divine
manifest $1 billion. So if I
It depends.
so what did y'all manifest?
Hold on.
Did it come?
Yes,
Hold on.
everything I asked
Hold
for
on.
that I lately
Everything you asked for.
the last couple of years, everything that I had actually focused on and manifested, well, you know,
focus different. I'm talking about manifest.
positive. No. But I'm telling you, I did the work. I
Totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I went and I
alignment.
had to experience though. You have to experience it even before you get it.
Right.
You have to believe it. And the first thing first, not only believing and writing it down, you have to be expecting it.
Mhm.
So if you're not expecting it and if you're not ready to receive it, then it ain't gonna happen. I was ready to receive it, and I was ready, and I was expecting these things. Hold on, let me finish though real quick because I've been real quiet.
No, because you was aligned.
But I'm just saying though, I know at a shadow of a doubt that what you want to call it alignment, that's fine.
That's it.
But I literally was like, yo, I saw something. This is what I want. I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but this is what I want.
And what if
when I say how I'm gonna get it, I mean in the quote unquote
I'm going to say one thing.
the world where you know you like, okay, do I have the money for this? When I tell you the way things had moved for me in the last couple of years, because of how I put everything in order, just like you said, write it down, make it plain. You know, ask, you should receive all that stuff together is what I'm saying. Yeah. And I was like, it's gonna happen. I was expecting it to happen, and I wasn't taking no for an answer. And it all has happened.
And that's the attitude.
Every last one of them have happened.
But you was in alignment with what you
I believe that. I believe that. I just don't. I believe that. I believe all that you said is necessary. Go ahead, Taz. What you gonna say?
And all of it together is faith, believing, even when you can't see how it's gonna happen.
I totally agree.
And that's what I was doing. I was believing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, and I was just about to say, just to piggyback, because like we call it faith, but in all honesty, it's just 100% blind trust.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's faith, whether it's man, it all begins because we trust something or someone, a deity or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we believe, okay, look, I'm gonna make $1 million. I'm gonna have a $28 million house. But at the end of the day, you don't come up with stuff unless you really just trust, you know, without the shadow of a doubt, like your name is your name. That you know what this is mine. But it's not just believing that this is mine. You start saying, okay, I know I got to figure out how to get there, but I'm just start moving. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get from point A to point B, start moving your feet. Mm-hmm. Even if you can't see but 3 feet in front of you, you still gonna move.
Right.
So that's really what manifestation is. It's just a combination of frequency, vibration, and belief that, you know what I said is what I said. And that's what I'm doing.
But LA said she had the frequency of the things that she desired, right? That's a part of it.
Yeah, see, that's where y'all lose me. You know, the frequency and the
I know how you get lost. You get lost because of the verbiage. It's all.
Yeah.
And I'm with you.
Listen,
with you in writing.
We actually, and Ted, you to all of us, we all grew up with probably the same language that we was hearing. And once we kind of got older, we started, well, you may be a little bit different than you, John. We just started using different words. They all mean the same thing, whether you're coming from the spiritual Bible aspect or whatever, as far as the words that we're using. It's crazy because a lot of times when you're speaking like on a platform when you're dealing with a whole lot of different people, sometimes people won't, even though they believe in God, they won't say God. They might say universe just because they may be talking, want to try to get the message to. Hold on, I'm just telling you, just because they're trying to get the message across to people who may have a different view, you know what I'm saying, spiritual view. So it's like in order to try to keep that playing field level or to not get too deep into the quote unquote religious stuff, they would use different words. They all mean the same thing. Just like if you go and read a personal development book and read some of these same principles that's in that book, it's the same principles that you see in the Bible. The words are just different, but it's the exact same principles. Exact same principles.
Karma is the same thing as you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
The same thing as Dharma.
I'm so serious, John. It is. If you go back and like just get like a personal development book and read some of the different things, you'll be like, It's the same thing that's in the Bible. It's
It's
all
the
good.
same
I'm telling you, it's the
thing.
same thing.
I understand. Some
Pragmatic.
people,
The verbiage is
I
just.
mean,
The
like
verbiage
it's just
is
like
Yeah.
Muslims got the same. Their religion, they believe in a lot of the same things Christians believe. You know what I'm saying?
Catholic.
I get that, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it get down to the nitty gritty. It's a major difference,
Well, yeah, it's definitely a major difference.
and we talking about difference comes in is where you go after death.
Yeah,
That's
and
where
nobody
the
knows
difference. You know what I'm saying?
that. Saying
But
you
we have to
go
go there.
You
But
go
I'm
to
saying
hell.
it is a difference. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, nobody knows where the hell we go when we die.
We don't know. Nobody knows. And I'm be honest with you. I feel like I know how my relationship is, and I know what my relationship with God is. And one day I might say God, the next day I might say universe.
Yeah,
That's
and you know that's
what I'm
your
just saying.
right. But I'm just saying
The belief is still the same.
That's
Yeah,
your right. But I'm just saying it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Everything not the
I
same.
believe it's that
That's
all.
your. You can believe everybody can believe what they want, but I'm just saying it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference.
Mm-hmm. And even in
You know.
Christianity, there's a difference.
Right.
You got some people who believe that there was the God, Son, and the Holy Ghost. You got some people that believe that it's God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they all still believe everything else the same.
But
absolutely.
At the end of the day, everybody, all religions reference one God, who some people call the universe.
Not our religion.
The majority of the major
gods.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Basically, Muslims and Christians do.
Yeah. And then you have some that don't even believe in a God at all. They believe in
they don't believe in God.
So
but the majority of the major religions, they all have the same God.
And then God forbid about the ones that don't have a religion at all. They don't know anything. So it's just so many levels to it. It's a hard conversation to have. It just really
is. But God is in you. You are God. You are God. She a God. She a God. I'm a God. We are all God.
Yeah. I mean, with the little G.
Yeah.
It don't matter which G it is. You have the power in your tongue to manifest the things that your heart desire. The Bible say, ask and you shall receive. We say manifest and you shall receive. It's the same thing. Act, manifest, they the same.
And I get what y'all saying. That's what I'm saying. I can't really say you can't put something. You have to put something in your mind. You have to write it down. All those things is true. You have to put something in your mind. You got to write it down. And when you write it down, you read about it, and then after you create a plan and you get to that thing.
We just don't hug.
But that to me is different than what I hear a lot of people say when they say manifesting. They talking about something, a spiritual type of energy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I hear a lot. I'm not saying y'all saying that.
Yeah.
That's what I hear a lot.
That would be more toward me. I'm the energy person.
So go ahead. Tell me more.
I'm gonna tell you about me. I don't get that deep. Now I will say the energy off.
Let Tangent help me understand. I want to learn. I mean, I'm not. I at least want to know. Even if I don't believe, I want to understand the point of view.
Right. For me personally, and this is just as far as I've learned. This is not, all that I know. Like, this is as far as I've personally learned from my own time, my own studies, my own. Spiritualism is more my thing. I dropped the religion half a long time ago. Mm-hmm. I even went from the fact of saying I don't believe in God at all to, maybe there is something there. So, he's there, but I think I had the wrong view. So that was just me. But I'm the more frequency. I believe in the, I believe we emit frequencies. I believe we emit, we work on the same vibrations as, any metal or any, the planet. That I work with nature. That's really my thing.
We all are made up of elements, right?
Yeah, we're made of star stuff. I say that all the time. We're made of star stuff. So the same elements that you find in planets, universe, the stars, the sky, the grains of sand, the ocean, you'll find in us, which is why we're supposed to connect with nature. But that's another conversation for another day. But when it comes to manifestation, it's really all about using your imagination. That's why the word image is in imagination. It's what you see. It's our senses are not for, I can feel this, touch, see. No, our senses are supposed to help us create our environment. So I wasn't raised that way.
Uh-uh.
You know, we
No,
weren't.
we're not.
We told that sage is the devil. They told me that sage was the devil.
Yes, and that's where we're made to look at. We're made to, you know, we were
Program.
taught to grow up and judge things based off of programming, preconceived ideas, pass me down or hand me down knowledge from someone else, and now to grow for ourselves. So for me, manifestation is me connecting to nature, my
So
vibes, my energy,
Yeah.
connecting, feeling, using my senses to create the life that I want, not the life that I see.
Mhm.
what Tangy said?
Like I said, that is my thing. That's what I've come to learn. I'm sure
You
there's
want to be able to
more
read,
to
but I
learn
can't
on it.
explain it.
I'm a student. I'm open to
I know what
learn.
I feel, but I can't explain it. I'm
But-
getting that deep.
But Tangy, you know what? And some people are still gonna stay into themselves. Well, this is the way it's supposed to be because this is what they told me, and that's what makes it right. And that don't make it right.
No, that's not right. That's not, I wouldn't say that. I would just say,
You just called me a murderer 5 minutes
Like
ago.
you have folks out
hey, it's a double homicide. I'm just messing. No, not y'all, not y'all.
Angie, you're
I
gonna be
was
my
talking about that girl on Love and Hip Hop. What's that Love and Hip Hop? Or something?
No, that wasn't Love and Hip Hop, but I know exactly what you're talking about because
Yeah,
I
that's what
that
I was
was
talking about.
Bad Girls Club.
Yeah,
Bad
yeah. I
Girls.
wasn't talking about y'all.
That was Bad Girls Club.
I wouldn't disrespect y'all like that. I'm not like that.
no.
You know me. I'm
We
not.
know you playing. We know you playing.
Baddies, that's what it was.
Hey,
I came to Atlanta.
Abortion is a homicide. Sorry. I mean,
Yes, by the law of the land, yes, it is a homicide.
I mean,
By the law of the
It's
it's
that
a death. It's a body that kills.
it's a homicide. It's
Now
all-
that said,
after 12 weeks.
but
Yeah.
I don't want to get on that. What I would say, I would not disagree with anything the young lady said. I just want to learn. But I would ask, where do you get that from? Like, where did you get your teacher? Because I get my teachers from the Bible, which I ain't saying you got to believe that or nothing, but I get my teachers from the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Where do you get your teachings from? Like, is it man-made? You know what I'm saying? Because I just be wondering. I have questions like, where you get it from?
Okay, so
Is
do
it something
you
you
read?
feel? What made
Do
you
you
believe in
read
it?
other than the
Because
required?
one more thing.
things that you have to read?
One more thing. Because one thing about Christianity, a lot of people that say you got to defend it. Oh yeah, well, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about that? That's cool, and I think all Christians should, be able to defend what they believe in. But everybody else do too, right? Everybody else should too, right? You should have to defend Hinduism. She should have to. If that's what she believes. If that's what she believes. I'm just saying.
I don't practice Hinduism.
I'm sorry, but everybody should be able to explain just as much as I got to explain why I believe in this, and I'm so confused. So where do you get it from? Where do you get your beliefs from?
Well, so like
That's the tangent. That's
like Tangy said, I had stopped believing in God too because I took a theology class in college, and it messed me up.
Why? How so?
Class
go back to that, but where do we?
it messed me up really, and I know there is a God. I mean, God is present. Like I've said in previous shows, He has delivered me from a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I'm not denying the presence of God. I am not assigning myself to a religion that's man-made. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because someone had a different opinion in what this was supposed to be. Because if you're looking at the Dead Sea Scrolls, there are more Dead Sea Scrolls because that's what was supposed to have constructed the Bible, was the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Old Testament, correct?
Totally get that. You don't have to believe the Bible. But what I'm talking about is,
I didn't say I didn't believe the Bible. I said it was interpreted from the Dead Sea Scrolls, but it's some other ones that they didn't put in the Bible.
Right, totally agree. But what I'm saying is, I was asking Tangy, what does she get? What her beliefs is? Where does she get it from? Like, what make her feel so strongly in her belief? That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking to be disrespectful. I just want to know.
No.
Oh no, I don't take it as that at all.
Don't nothing move until the money do. She take everything.
And obviously, Religion
Right
is
here.
the biggest
Her heart on her sleeve.
organized
Her heart just like this here.
money maker.
What you say? What you say?
Her heart be right. Her heart right here.
Oh, what? No, don't do that.
I just play. I just play.
Me?
I just play. Yes,
You
you.
know about me? Boy, I don't even care. Listen,
For
let me
me,
tell you something.
what?
But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You give me all fire energy. You love me. I already know that because y'all love me. That's why you want to argue.
You may. I mean, you
You think
got to have.
somewhere along the
both
line
y'all-
that if you argue, that means I like you. You know
I
what I'm
still
saying?
wanna
Like,
get back to
it's
your
okay.
My question.
It's okay.
Tangy, go
Y'all
ahead.
got both good energy. I love both y'all energy.
It's okay.
It brings balance. It's
Yeah.
very necessary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love it. It's very necessary. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Tej.
Okay, so let me just make sure I got the question right because I don't want to forget. So basically, you're wanting to know where, like, say the what the question.
Where do you get it from? Like, if somebody say, "Well, you're a Christian," why? You know, I say, "Well, I believe in the Bible because you know it was eyewitness testimony from individuals that say they saw something happen." You know what I'm saying? That I can go back and we can woo. That would be my answer, and then the Bible would have to defend itself. Now, you can shake your head all you want, but I'm saying that's what I would say. So what I'm saying is, you know, because of course, well, what about this? What about that? So what I'm saying is, how do you believe what you believe? You know what I'm saying? Where did it come from? Is it passed down from the ancestors? Is it something that a book you read that a man made? What is it? That's because, and I'm not saying that to be disrespectful. I want to know because just like I get the question, you get the question too, I'm sure.
Yeah, right? I get it. I get it. It's not coming off disrespectful or facetious at all. You just want to know. Like for me, for one thing, for the reason why I believe what I believe is because for me, like you just said, when you talk to a Christian, they tell you I had this experience.
Not me. I say that. They shouldn't say that. That's wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, but for me, it's what works for me. I don't with spirituality. For me, one thing I don't have to do with spirituality, I don't have to defend anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you got to know why you know what you know. You see
what
I'm
saying? But for me, as a spiritualist,
and I feel you on that. You don't.
I don't have the need to fight or defend.
Yeah. I got you.
You know, it's right. Peace. You know, it's based for me. It's peacefully. It's passed on. This is what I believe. You know, I believe in it because it works. I see it every single day. This is what I understand. The energy, being able, if you can, perfect example, you can have an argument, right? You might have had an argument with your wife or your daughter or whoever. Somebody that wasn't even there doing the argument can walk to the room and say, "Ooh, what just happened?"
Mm-hmm.
You still feel that energy. The energy is still lingering. You can still feel the tension that's in the room.
Yeah.
So everything's a vibration.
Mm-hmm. Right, the vibrations. You can still feel the vibe.
That was me. I'd be like, "Hey, what's happening?" I know how to turn it off. I'd be like, "Hey, what's happening? Everything okay?"
And right, but that's but at the same thing. This is also, like we said earlier, this is learned stuff. This is I meditate. I'm one of those people. I meditate. So for me, it's called getting connected. I connect every day. I connect. Hey, universe, I'm here. How you doing? Good morning. What am I to do today? Thank you. I'm grateful to be alive. And that's how I flow. I don't even call it God. My cousin will even attest to that. I don't call God God. I don't humanize God. God is not like me or you. I don't see God as that. I see God as just the energy, the source, the beginning, the end, the everything, however you want to put it. But I will say that some of the way that I used to think as far as Christianity and the religion, some of that is still there. Why? Because I don't know anything else to pull from. I haven't learned anything else to pull from.
And that's why I always say, if I'm going to use the Bible as a reference, because to me, that's what it is, a reference tool. Just like Google. It's a reference.
What's bad about the Bible?
Huh? There's nothing bad about it.
No, I was messing with it.
But
I thought she was going to say something she didn't agree with. Go ahead.
So for me, being that I'm on a journey, to me, it's a journey. I'm on a journey of learning. Like, I feel like I dropped religion and I dropped Christianity because that's where my mama and my daddy and my grandma and my aunts and my uncles told me that was the way that I had to go.
Mhm.
So when I got old enough to challenge my mindset and find out what else is really out here, yes, I did. I tried Buddhism. That's where I learned how to meditate. I did try Hindu. That's where I learned that, oh wait, there's more than one God. Okay, so y'all polytheistic over here. That's when I started to learn different things, but it was only because I wanted to open myself up to find out. So I'm on a full circle journey. I say that I don't understand. I don't see God the way that many other people see God. God is in. I go in to find God. I don't look up. I don't look down. I don't look anywhere. God is in me.
Yeah.
So that is just what I've come to believe. Because when it comes to situations, I don't know, like, you ever had that feeling where, dang, I think something ain't right. Something ain't right somewhere. I don't know what it is. You might be getting ready to get up and go out your house and say, I'm gonna go drive down the street, and you get that feeling like, you know what, maybe I need to sit down somewhere. And you say, I'm gonna sit down, and then you find out 10, 20 minutes after you're supposed to be there, girl, somebody got shot down the street. Did you hear about that? Had you went?
Now, some people say that would be the Holy Ghost. Then some people will say it would be like your self-conscious. Some people will say, but whatever it was an energy that told you to stay. Right?
Exactly, which is why I say there's something bigger than us. I won't call it God. I won't give it a name. I just know that it's there.
It's there. And you don't disrespect other religions like Christian people do because they don't understand it, right? Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, anyway.
I got some selenite one just for you, John.
It is 10:44.
When I meet you,
we're going 2 hours.
One more thing. Is it dangerous for people to just base their belief off whatever they think? You know what I'm saying? I don't even think Christians could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't say, well, I might see a squirrel come out my door every morning. I might start believing in that squirrel. Like, you know what? That squirrel, that's my God.
That's originally how it started. I mean,
right.
At one point in time, people thought that God was.
You gotta read you have to read his. When they gave you world history when you was in high school, it was a reason they talked about the religious wars. It was a reason, right? Because it also gave you the foundation for you to understand what's happening right now for the belief that you had. I'm just going to say that. So you can find and research whatever books you want to find on all of these topics because it's free information.
You're right.
I just think religion was created to cause a divide.
Yeah,
it was.
I'm reading The Devil is a really good audio.
Yeah, so
I think it was used. I think it was used for a divide. I don't know about that. I don't think it was used for a divide.
I believe at one point in time, everybody existed in their own creature, their own religion and whatever happily, and nobody did anything or said nobody cared. It was,
they killed several people.
I just wanted to know though,
because they didn't agree.
Indians and Africans,
they did a lot of murdering.
Own thing, own spiritual. They did everything. They did their own stuff. Whatever tribe they was in, they had their own thing. What they did, and ain't nobody.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we gonna be on this thing.
Don't be so close-minded to think that that's just the only way of viewing life. Like, don't be that close-minded.
No, I got on my face.
Because
you got to stand on whatever you believe.
You do have to stand on what you believe. Guess what? If you stand on a lie, it don't make it the truth. It's still a lie. So
yeah, that's true.
And you are charged as an adult, because as a kid, we are told what to think, but as an adult, you are charged with finding the truth for yourself, whatever that may be. And whatever path that you got to cross to get to that truth,
but you
then that's
go back and forth, going back and forth and searching, because a lot of times you're going back and forth searching.
And then you keep on, and then you ask for guidance in that search.
No, a lot of times people go back and forth, they search here, they go to this, they E5, and they do this, do that. They're trying to find something when really it's something that they need to fix in themselves.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
That's what I said. Whatever you need, you ask for guidance into what
you're gonna keep searching. You know what I'm saying? Until you fix yourself. But man, I'm very appreciative. I appreciate y'all.
I'm so glad y'all came on with us tonight.
Yeah, my wife kept telling me.
I'm definitely. I'm
What'd you say?
definitely.
My wife kept telling me, "Won't you get on? Won't you get on?" You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you didn't call me a murderer and
Hey,
everything.
I didn't call you. Hey, look.
You didn't call me
I do
everything
too.
but a child of God on here. And
No. You're not a murderer. I'm talking about people that that think abortion is okay. They have a murderistic thought. But anyway,
Now, you
I don't
can't
want to
be
go there
judging
again.
like that.
But I got a book coming out.
Amazing. What's the book?
Okay?
Tell us.
I'm freezing now. My book is called Men and Ambitious Women Do Not Mix.
girl, let's just hang up now.
Uh-huh.
Let me get
Okay.
the title.
So I'm
Hold
gonna
on,
need
because this-
y'all. I'm gonna
this
need y'all to
ain't
help
good.
me.
I think he may be different than what he's, what y'all thinking though. Because
Right, she know me.
he has a big guy too.
She know me, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what the book is
can't wait.
entitled: Men and Ambitious Women Do Not Mix.
Okay, give us an excerpt of the book.
Oh man, I got on my phone. Hold on one second.
We can stay that to next week. How about
Okay,
that?
yeah, and it can't be next week.
That could be our topic.
I'm in the edit.
Ambitious women mix.
Say it again.
I got this text.
Yeah, it's
Enemy,
editing process. I really got to do work. I got to edit it, but then after that, my wife re-edited it, so I got some more work to do. But I want you, I want Tangi, I want y'all, both of y'all to come on here and we have a discussion.
Yes.
Big topic.
Discussion.
Basically,
we're gonna get ready to do our
meeting.
Do a meeting. We want to do it in person.
Oh yeah, in person.
We want to do it in person on stage type of live podcast.
So you know what on site means?
Why you trying me like that?
You know what on site means.
But it's basically talks
so we put a deck right here.
It basically talks about the fact that a lot of women have problems. A lot of men. It's only really it's focused on the men. Mm-hmm. A lot of men have a problem dating or being married to a woman that has her own business, has her own ambitions. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it talks about my journey in being married to a woman like that, mm-hmm. and how I had to change a lot of ways that I thought previously in order to make it work. You know,
we cannot wait. We're gonna promote it. Just send it to me when you're ready.
But that's that Christianity principles, them beliefs.
You know what? And it is.
I already know that. You don't have to tell me.
I do pull.
You don't have to tell me. I knew that.
Because as you said, it is a guide, a very good guide on how to live. You know, we can agree on that, right?
Yes. But
right. You said it.
Absolutely.
It is a good guide.
If you
Did you say it was a good guy? Yes or no?
Done, and then I'm gonna get my closing thought.
Did you say it was a guy?
If you believe in the New Testament, then you can't even believe.
Did you say it was a guy?
I did. I said so.
That's what we're talking about.
But if you're gonna say if you believe in Jesus, you can't even believe in the Old Testament.
We just all agreed that we can believe what we want to believe. And we can't force our
Jesus said you only have to do two things: believe in Him and love one another. That's all He said. He said the other commandments don't even matter.
We just said that we all have our own set of beliefs.
Because you're not.
We don't have to judge.
So you're not ready for that debate,
and we're not about to have this debate. I love
because
you guys.
I respect the Buddhists. I respect the spiritualists.
I never said that.
And I represent the way.
Do y'all have any closing thoughts?
Tangi, do you have karma?
Do you have any closing thoughts about karma?
Honestly, karma it's a very subjective thing. Basically, just work to do good, as much good as you possibly can, and expect to have good consequences. Not guaranteed, but expect to have good consequences. I'm gonna leave it right here.
That's right. John?
Like I said, karma does not exist. It rains on the just and the unjust. It's not quantum. It's totally an illogical fallacy. But I understand where y'all going with it in terms of if you keep doing bad, you're gonna get bad. If you do good, then good can come to you. I do understand what you all are saying. But I do know that bad things happen to good people.
Amazing. All right, so this is your girl LA from the A, and my closing thoughts actually is just as simple as it is. You reap what you sow. I truly believe that whatever you put out, you're gonna get back. So it's just like a boomerang, you know what I'm saying? So you put that positive, whatever it is out there, you put good out, you're gonna get it back. You put bad out, you're gonna get it back. And we don't know what form it's gonna come in, and we don't know when it's gonna come. So just be the best version of yourself that you can be at all times. Be great. And hey, that's about it. That's all I got. What you got, Yola?
Be a good human.
Be a good human.
Karma is real.
Okay.
It come like a thief in the night.
All
And
right.
you don't know the time of the hour.
Well, we like to thank John.
Thank you,
Ted,
John.
for coming
Thank
on
you,
with
Ted.
us.
You will pick a Bible verse up in a minute.
John,
Hey, you know that Bible too. You know that Bible.
Yes, you do.
You know that Bible.
on site. On site.
We are about to
Two
end this
words.
broadcast. We're gonna end this
On
broadcast.
site.
We're gonna end this broadcast. You are listening to Lipstick and Lies. We will see you guys next Wednesday at 9 p.m.
And
same
we're not
time.
gonna be 2
All
hours.
same station was channels. We got Facebook, my personal, our Facebook, our YouTube, our Podbean, our Apple, and our Google. So y'all can catch us on all those platforms.
Or you can catch me at the bank. Because don't let
Or the
them
beaches
move.
and the banks, baby.
Until
Because
the
don't
money
let move
move.
to the money move. All right. So good night, y'all. And we will see you guys next week.